What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Underdog Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Nolan Skeen, alongside Antonio Fiore, Salestrina. Gentlemen, I think it's time.
The moment we've all been waiting for.
It's so close.
Week 1.
I can't wait.
We are less than a week away.
We did a little pre-com for college football.
That's true. College football was pretty horny yesterday.
I had a great time watching college football.
There was
yesterday.
what was it, like UNC and Appalachian State had like a 61-63 game.
They had
That was insane.
40. Appalachian State scored 40 points in the fourth quarter.
That's crazy.
That was
They had
like
6 touchdowns.
Yeah, I was gonna say a
They had
total of
6
like
touchdowns.
60-something points.
Appalachian State scored 6 touchdowns and lost the game yesterday. How do you score 6 touchdowns in a quarter and lose the football game?
I don't know.
Did you see the onside kick in that game?
Oh, yeah, where they all got plowed over. That was hilarious.
The Notre Dame Ohio State, a little bit more competitive than people thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon Georgia was the complete opposite of that.
People thought that game was going to be competitive, and it really wasn't.
Bo Picks.
He's
terrible. That used to be your guy at Auburn.
He's on Georgia now.
No.
Oh, I know he's on
Oregon.
Oregon.
Which
I
is
don't know
disgusting.
why
I didn't
why
know
did he
that.
go
I didn't
to
know
Oregon.
It's just the whole transfer portal thing. People
I didn't even know he left.
Yeah, he's gone.
I remember after his freshman year, it was like, yeah, he's
No,
gonna be
freshman
good.
year he was good, and it's like just been like this.
Bro,
ever
he
since.
was
He's been
really
going down.
good when he first
He was
got to
really
Auburn.
good freshman year.
Yeah, I think they beat Alabama his freshman year or something.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the field goal miracle game? Or was that longer ago?
That was before. No, but it's just crazy because like all these kids are like all over the place. Like they play for 1 year and they're like, oh, I don't like this program. I'm gonna go somewhere else. It's like, all right, you got the freedom to do that. Sure.
Yeah, that's
It's a little strange.
it's the transfer portal's so dumb.
It's all about player entitlement, I guess.
Really, it's literally like asking for a trade.
It's like, well, I want to go somewhere else.
Except like the school has like no say. The school has no choice.
Speaking of wah, I don't make fun of your Yankees really quick.
I make fun of him all the time too.
I've texted him like 2 of the last 3 nights. They were 15.5 games.
Sal texts me once about like something bad about the Yankees, and then he gets like 5 texts from me about this. That. Did you see the pitch Donaldson swung at last night to end the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on?
That was really bad.
So they scored 1 run last night, and it was a Judge home run. And then the night before, they scored no runs. Is that what happened? So
That was their first. Wasn't that their like first run against the Rays in like 20
4
innings?
games.
Yeah, they did that against the A's last weekend too. They scored 1 run in 18 innings, and
It was a Judge home run. It was a Judge
Judge home run.
Yeah.
And then this weekend against the Rays, they got shut out on one day, scored 1 run the next day, so 1 run in 18 innings, and it's a Judge home run.
So Yankees.
Yeah, it seems to be just the Aaron Judge show going on.
Yeah, so
over
what's
there.
happening is the Yankees are now what every Yankee fan thought the team was going to be for the entire season this year. Because we were like, oh, it's the same roster.
All right, so you
Jordan
obviously
Montgomery's bad trade.
Yeah,
That's a bad trade, dude.
they gave up like their 4th or 5th starting pitcher. I guess you could technically say.
Yeah, but he's
he
a
goes,
number 2 or 3 in most.
Yeah, and he goes
starting
to St.
rotations.
Louis, and he's 5-0 with like a 1 ERA. Since he got traded.
His last start he got knocked around a little bit, but besides that, the dude's still pitching to a sub 3.5.
Has Bader even played for you guys?
Yankee
No, it was
players
like
love
maybe he's
doing
coming
that.
back in September. It's like a maybe.
What was the point of that trade? To get Frankie
They
Montas, who's
thought they were
terrible?
getting what's his face from Miami. I forget the dude's name.
Not Lopez or Alcantara?
It was Lopez.
Okay.
They had a trade lined up where they were going to send Glaber down there, allegedly, and then it fell through last minute after they traded away Montgomery, so that was kind of like...
That's tough.
That is tough.
So they've blown 11.5 games in a month.
Yeah, it's bad. So we were up 16.5 games over, not the Rays, it was the second-place Toronto Blue Jays a couple months ago, and now we are up 13.5 games on the last-place Boston Red Sox. That's a smaller margin than we had it over second place.
They're
2 months
only
ago.
they're only up 4 games on Tampa right now.
Yeah, that's scary.
With a month to
So
play.
They're gonna blow it. Is what.
And you still have 4 games against Tampa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tampa's been playing really good, and
They still have 4 games.
they still have
against
4
Tampa,
games against Tampa. So if they go,
and they're 4 games
dude,
ahead.
yeah.
I said the other day, I told my friend, I'm like, I could see the Yankees going 1-5 in those games.
If
against Tampa
you
plays good in September, and the Yankees have not been good in September the last 3 years.
If you guys play in the wild card game and send Derek Cole out there and he gets shelled, that would be the funniest
it's
thing.
a 3-game series now. Remember?
Oh,
I was thinking about that.
lucky. You're lucky.
That is our saving
You're
grace,
lucky.
man. Because like we could end up playing like Cleveland or something.
Cleveland's been bad lately.
Yeah, They suck.
The Guardians.
So
It would be 3 against 4.
Nobody wants to win that division either. It's the Guardians, Twins, and White Sox, and they're all
The White
within
Sox are done.
2 games. The White Sox are 2 games back right now.
Yeah, but they're done.
They're terrible.
They've been 2 games back all year, and they haven't been a threat.
So the one thing you're hoping for is that you play one of those shit teams.
And then
I don't want to play
and then play the
Seattle.
Rays
And then play the
lose.
Rays. You got to get a little tune
I
up
don't
and
wanna
then
play
lose
Seattle.
to the Rays.
You do or don't?
I don't. I want Houston to play Seattle.
That would be a great series.
Maybe it would be better if the Yankees play Houston in a 5-game series. Though.
Is Seattle a little dark horse to make the World Series?
Mhm.
Seattle, the Mariners.
Them
might
and
make
the
World
Orioles have the
Series.
best record in the AL since the All-Star break.
The Orioles are not making.
They're
World
making the
Series.
playoffs.
Sure,
World
they're
Series.
not making the World
The Blue
Series.
Jays suck apparently. Like they're trash.
I came on here and said they're like the best lineup ever, and they just don't hit. Like they literally just can't
I don't
hit.
I don't know how,
Dude,
how
they're
have the
either-
Orioles been so horny.
They just had a lot of young talent.
They have
They
really
just been-
they have really good pitching. They got some really like a bunch of guys just bat 280.
They've just been playing
not
really
knocking
good.
runs. They just produce. They steal bases.
They're a fun team,
Yeah, I wish they didn't trade away Mancini.
but like that's just gonna be like another player in the future who's just good for them too, though. Like Mancini's just like one of those guys who's like 34, 35. It's like
Yeah.
he doesn't really line up with
I
their
remember when
timeline.
he came up.
True.
Like 2013 or 14 or something. He was very good.
Well, baseball season is winding down, but football season is where we want to be at. So
I am so happy that next Sunday is just going to be the greatest day.
you're just gonna be paralyzed on your couch. For
Next
them.
Sunday's my birthday, and
I
I
will
couldn't
not
ask for a
move.
better way to
Really?
spend my birthday than sitting on my ass and watching football.
I mean, I'm gonna be paralyzed.
I will not move. I will have my eyelids taped open and just like strap myself to this couch, and it'll just be insane.
You gotta buckle
awesome.
in. Keep your hands and arms and legs still at
Oh,
all
wow.
times.
How much is the package? Is it $100?
See, you say this all the time. You can
The
stream
package?
games for free, and I shouldn't be
Yeah,
saying
I'm not
this,
closing
but like,
8
Well, I
ads
have
in a row.
YouTube TV, and the sports package that you can get to add on to it is only like $11 extra a month, and you really only need it for the 4 months of football.
yo,
The MLB package was like $100, and I was like,
And
I'm
it's
gonna watch a
it's
ton of
11
baseball.
extra
Yeah.
dollars.
Worth it
You
to
get you get a shit ton of sports channels, but the one channel you do get that makes it all worth it
Red
is
Zone?
the NFL Red Zone.
yeah,
So like,
but it's not the NFL Red Zone.
I mean, it's not the DirecTV one, but you always say that the NFL Network one is better. We argued about this for a long time.
Oh, is that the one that you have?
The one that I had before.
Not
was
not the one with
DirecTV.
Siciliano.
No, it's the other.
Okay,
one,
yeah.
Hanson.
Yes, Hanson's better.
Yeah, that's the one you get.
Okay, yeah, that's good then.
All right.
Yeah, we got football approximately less than 5 days away when it comes to Thursday night. And then
with the what Rams?
Yeah.
and-
Thursday night football.
with Sunday, my mom texted me. She's like, "Hey, anything
Rams
you want to
and
do on your
Buffalo.
birthday next weekend?" I was like,
Nope, watch football.
I'm on my ass all day. I don't care about presents, nothing like that. I just wanna
Rams
watch
and
football.
Buffalo to start us off.
So, spread is -2.5. Buffalo Bills at the Los Angeles Rams.
You want to take the Bills in this game?
Over
I'm gonna
under
take the Rams so bad.
over under is 52.5 points.
Over.
I can see the Bills winning by a couple scores.
I actually think this game's an under, and
Okay.
I'm not an
You want to know why I
under
said
diet.
These
that?
are two of the best defensive teams in the league too. As
You
well.
want to know why I said that? Because earlier today, it popped up on my YouTube, and I just had to watch it. It was highlights from Week 11, 2018. Do you know what game I'm talking about? Probably the greatest regular season game I've ever watched.
Pats Chiefs.
Chiefs Rams
Oh yeah,
at the Coliseum.
54-51.
That was amazing.
That was a great
I had an
game.
insane
51.
fantasy game against Mike.
Yeah, you
that
did.
week.
I
And Pat's interceptions are what saved me. Through 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
So I watched the highlights of that game, and I was like, it got me jazzed up. So that's why I want this game to be like over so bad.
I think it's more of like one of those games where it's like first quarter they're filling each other out. It's the first game of the season. It probably picks up in the second half. I like the Bills here.
I like the Bills, but like I could see this game being like 23-13 even.
So coming into this game, I was heavy Bills are winning this game. The more I think about it, Super Bowl champs opening night.
The Rams are horny.
It's not a game where I'm like, you don't want to throw yourself out there too early. You dip your toe into the water Thursday night. I still like the Bills. I don't like the Bills huge. I'll take the Bills to win by like 7. I'll take like a 27-20 Bills victory on Thursday night.
Like, have we heard anything about Matt Stafford's elbow?
He is supposed to be perfectly fine, ready to go.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about that. I'm not concerned about Stafford.
There have been a lot of reports, but as far as McVay has said, he is in line and no limitations for this game.
Well, that would be excellent news for the Rams.
So and the Bills still don't have Tre'Davious White.
Do not.
How long is he supposed to be out for? Is he
Middle of the
supposed to be-
season.
Said expected return week 5.
Yeah. It'll probably be later than that.
Oh, this thing just dropped. Sounds weird.
Oh.
We always have one technical difficulty.
So Tre'Davious White, he's out till week 5. Does that sway it even a little bit?
Oh, you know what's happening in this game? Von Miller's getting a sack
Mm.
against his former team. That is happening.
That's a huge play. I think I might have to go with Rams here. I don't know. The week 1 is always unpredictable, and I think you've swayed me to the under because I do like what do you think the statistics are in the first game of the year being like an under?
So last year it was a huge over, but my guess is for most of the week 1 games, I'd say it's probably heavily towards the under.
Jesus, Judge just hit his 53rd.
All right, baseball doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, Judge is gonna hit 70 home runs this year. I don't give a fuck. They're still
It's
gonna
the only
lose.
run they're going to score this game.
Probably.
They're still gonna lose. So I'm gonna go Rams here -2 or +2, right?
Plus 2.5.
Like anytime the Rams are plus money at home,
Yeah, that's fair.
or like
Yeah, plus points at home. Yeah, you take that. 100%.
I take that. 100%.
No, I get the lot. See, I liked it way better when it was. I think it was a pick or -1 to start when
a pick
the line
would make sense.
when it opened, and they've been taking heavy Bills money. So it's like I don't want to ride the train after it's already been steamed up. So I like the Bills, but it's not one of those games, like I said, where I'm like ready to throw myself at it like heavy. So
So you're picking the Bills too.
I'm with the Bills.
All right, let's go. We're into it here.
Sunday.
normally we agree on Thursday. I mean, like it's fine that we disagree, but normally
We
Thursday.
always agree on the first
Thir-
I
game.
mean,
Thursdays-
you and Antonio always agree, and I just like him always just really bad.
I feel like whenever it's me and Antonio, you get it wrong. But whenever it's you two and me by myself, I'm 100% wrong. Like it is never
really
no,
wrong.
it's never. I'm never right in that situation. So this is going to be one of those games where you two are going to agree on it, and I'm not going to agree on it. Baltimore traveling to East Rutherford to play the New York Jets. Baltimore is a 7-point favorite at the Jets.
Joe Flacco starting?
Joe Flacco
Joe
revenge
Flacco's
game.
starting.
You want to take the Jets spread here.
You do want to
Sell your 401k.
This was the one.
Sell your 401k.
You want to take the
No
Jets
way.
spread here.
Push all your chips in the middle. The Jets start off 1-0.
Oh, shit.
You
And
think they win?
the Jets win this game on the field. And you know what?
Sal,
Listen to
you're
me.
starting in
Listen,
hot in
On the
this
field.
campaign.
Jets
listen to
win
me.
on the
Listen to
field.
me. It is the grossest game you've ever watched in your life.
13-10?
17-14 New York Jets. Bookmark it. They are winning the game on the field. You know
Oh my
what's,
God.
and I don't like playing this card, but I'm going to say it. You know what Sunday is? 9/11.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
At home, Jet Stadium, they're going to be raucous. That stadium is going to be raucous. Flacco revenge game, I love every part about it. Lamar didn't play for the last 8 games last year. All in. Jets +7. That is my
Sal's starting off this.
I couldn't agree more.
You couldn't agree more.
I couldn't agree more. Did you not hear me when he said the game? I said you want to take the Jets spread here. That is exactly what you want to do.
You're gonna make me go on the lowly line.
I didn't
again.
even-
I'm not taking the bait here.
I didn't even think about
usually there's
September
a
11th.
little
I don't
bit-
think about Joe
usually
Black-
there's a little
Joe
bit of what
Flacco.
Sal says. Usually there's a little bit. Like there's a tiny little part in there where I'm like, okay, that could happen. This time, no.
You have no idea.
Nope.
That place is going to be in
rock.
I don't give a
Imagine
fuck.
the loudest crowd of the weekend is going to be the New York Jets crowd, but I promise you it will be.
I mean, Yankees Mets was loud as shit on my birthday last year. That was insane.
Yep,
A football game with way more people.
I'm going Ravens by 1,000,000. Lamar is gonna have 200 rushing yards.
Lamar's gonna look like crap, and then after
The Ravens are
listen,
coming out
after
hot
this
this
game,
year.
everyone's
after this
gonna be
game, they're
talking
gonna
shit,
look
and then he's
so
gonna go
good.
off.
They're losing this game.
Nah, the Ravens are gonna
Sal,
look really
they
good.
lose this game, and they go on like a 9-game win streak. I swear to God.
I love the Jets in this spot.
I want to put my 401k in Ravens -7.
I
so bad.
love
Yeah,
the
that's gotta be
Jets
a
in
real
this
good
spot.
Put it on the Jets and make more money.
Well, Joe
But
Flacco.
it's not gonna happen.
The Joe Flacco thing doesn't sway you at all either. Nothing. No.
What the fuck?
It's a revenge game.
I know we love revenge games, but this
We
is
love
not a
we
revenge
love
game.
we love revenge
This is
games.
not a
This is a revenge
It's
game.
too far removed. He's too old. He's got no one to throw to. They have nothing. They have nothing. They are the New York Jets.
They have
Yeah, they're
have
terrible,
pieces.
and they're gonna lose
No,
every other
they
game
don't.
for the rest
They
of the
have
year except for this
pieces.
one. They don't have pieces. They suck.
They
They're
have some
really bad.
pieces.
They're really bad.
We'll see.
And the Ravens coming off an off year, coming off a bunch of
Here's
injuries.
the other thing I'm gonna say.
The expectations are low for the Ravens. I feel
How
like, for a lot of people.
how many bets this weekend have Ravens money line in it?
It doesn't matter. The 1
Yes,
o'clock
it
games
does.
do not matter.
What?
We've said this a million times.
It matters when like 90% of the money line bets are on the Ravens. 95.
Not at 1 o'clock. At
97.
4 o'clock and 8
97?
o'clock, yes.
97.
I'm with that 97%.
Yeah, I might bet them as soon as this is over. Oh, it says bet now at the bottom of the screen.
You might as well do it.
I love the Jets. That is the week 1 lock that I have. Jets plus 7.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
hey. Usually when I'm by myself, I'm wrong, but I'm just
We'll
going to
see.
take the smart guy pick here.
We'll see. All right, Colts.
That better be in your pick 3.
That's my pick 1.
All right.
Colts traveling to Houston. Not a game I feel confident about personally.
Icky.
-8 Indianapolis. Over under is 45.5.
I have 2 words. Jonathan Taylor.
Damian Pierce.
It's going to be a running back head-to-head matchup here. I think Jonathan Taylor might have a slight edge.
Matt Ryan's so bad.
Yeah,
It's just going to be
going to be
Jonathan
close to
Taylor
it should
carrying
be.
the ball.
It's going to be an icky game.
I mean,
I can't believe I'm saying this. 3 straight unders. I'm going.
Yeah, some of
I'm
these
going,
games are weird. I was going to
this
say
game
I
will
don't
probably
see
be an
either of
under
these
with
teams.
the amount of running that's going to happen.
I'm
I
going.
don't see either of these teams scoring 20 points in this game.
I'm going 3 straight unders, and I'm going to take the Colts here, but I hate it.
I mean, it's
I'm going to take the
40
Texans, but I hate it.
It's 46, 81% of the money's on the under.
I don't like that.
I mean, they just know that, like, okay, so who's the quarterback for Houston?
Davis Mills.
So Davis Mills. I mean, yeah,
This
the
guy.
Colts are winning. The Colts are winning probably by more than 8. I'll take the Colts.
I'll take the Colts too. I don't love it
Jonathan
though.
Taylor might have 200 yards rushing. I think Damian Pierce will probably have a decent
He should have a
day
decent
He
game.
should have a
yeah.
good game.
because they're not going to want Davis Mills throwing a lot. So, I mean, yeah.
Am I un-American for taking 3 straight unders? I think that's the worst thing that's ever came out of my
Well,
mouth.
then you'll just have to take a bunch of overs towards the end.
I already have one over I love, but I hate that pick 3 we can't take over unders. Or can we amend
I
that?
mean, we could what? And we include it in the pick 3. That you
Like
can
that's
take
20.
over?
Yeah, that's 20. I mean, it could be all 3.
We can do that.
I'm okay
I
with
think
that.
we've done that before.
Have not done that. It's always a spread.
We've always done the like in the playoffs, we do like a 1 pick thing, and we do over unders. But I mean, we can do over unders if you want.
As a pick 3?
Yeah, over unders and spreads.
All right.
Switch it up.
We're evolving.
We're evolving.
We're close to our final form.
Are you taking Colts -8?
He is taking
I'm
Texans
taking
plus
the
8.
Texans.
Texans +8. Okay, so we're
Anything other than it should just be closer. It's just one of those games.
I think it's just a gross game
so 2 straight
that
really
no one's
bad
going to want to
underdogs.
watch. Like it's gonna come up on your red zone and be like, oh yeah, this.
Yeah,
game's
this
on.
game might be the
No,
worst
this game might not even come up on Red Zone. They're gonna be like, oh wait,
You'd be
this
like,
game's
oh wait,
going
we
on.
forgot about this one. Yeah, this is the grossest game.
This next one, the San Francisco.
No. The Colts and Houston one is
Oh,
pretty
oh.
gross.
Well, this is another. I mean, it's great to have football back, but this is 3 straight stinkers. To
Yeah, there's
start.
some not
San
good
Fran
games.
and
that I'm
Chicago.
San Fran at Chicago. San Fran is a 7-point favorite at Chicago. 41.5 is the over/under. I've said that Chicago is going to be the worst team in the league, so I will take San Francisco minus the 7
I take San
points.
Francisco by a lot.
I also want to take the over. I think San Francisco might just pound them.
I have no lean either way.
I could see them putting up 40.
I have no lean
It's
either
only
way.
40 and it's 41.
41.5.
I could
I'll
see
take
the
the over.
Niners putting
Chicago's
up
not scoring that many points in this game.
No, but I could so see them. It's being like 38 to like 6 or something.
what is the
40.
cap?
That's just what a team like the Niners is going to do.
What is the cap on Chicago points in this game? What realistically, what can Chicago do to in this
7
game?
points.
I was gonna say 14.
Anywhere from like 6 to 14.
Like 14 is like the cap, I think, of
Yeah.
what they can do.
Well, actually 0 to 14 because they could easily score 0
Yeah,
points.
I just you look at that Chicago roster and it's
This will
just
be this is a really good like tune-up game to see how Trey Lance is
it's more like a scrimmage for San Fran.
because I think like
This is in game 4.
the more they've gone into the preseason, the worse Trey Lance has looked.
Well, I also don't love the fact that they kept Garoppolo. I don't like that.
That was just them hedging their bet.
I
think.
get it, but I don't. That's like some weird mojo.
But then okay, say Trey Lance is really bad, then they're gonna bring in Garoppolo.
But you can't. That's the whole point. You can't do that.
What motivation does Garoppolo have to play well?
money and a new team and
something that he probably should have already had. Like,
right, which is like I don't like that QB room right now. I wish it was just Lance because then
so torn.
It's like you can go to Garoppolo at any time and he can give you like decent quarterback performances.
Like if I'm Garoppolo, I'm so checked. Like I don't give a fuck about how the team does at this point because it's like you've already expressed that you want to leave. None of them believe in you. Literally no one in that building believes in this guy. And then he's going to sit back and then Trey Lance does terrible. And then you're like, okay, now you want me to play well? It's like, now you didn't even want me a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I'm Garoppolo, I wouldn't even have any motivation. But
I don't know. It's
not how you want to start a season, that's for sure.
It's a little weird in San Fran. I'll still take the 7,
but
though.
luckily, they're playing the worst team ever. So
Literally in the lead.
So if they win, no one's going to care.
Round of San Fran.
Yes.
Yeah, you might see Jimmy in the game when it's 35-0 in the third quarter.
Third quarter, yeah.
I don't even think they do that.
I don't think they would either.
It's only in case Trey Lance is really bad.
I would wager a lot of money that you like Pittsburgh in this game, Mr. Antonio.
He loves Pittsburgh
I know they're playing
always.
someone.
Pittsburgh yes, they are playing someone. You are correct.
They're only their biggest rival ever.
Pittsburgh at Cincinnati.
I mean, I'll take the points.
Pittsburgh plus 6.5. I knew you would love Pittsburgh in this game. Nolan, you talk to me one way or the other because I don't feel strongly about this game.
Listen, I'm higher on the Steelers now that the Browns are most likely going to be shit.
I feel like you pick against the Bengals every week. I feel like every week you did that last season.
I did, but I also kept saying how much I like them and I want them to do.
Literally, his explanation would be like, "No, this Bengals team is fun, but it's just the Bengals, dude." Like,
isn't it the worst when he's right though?
No, but like every week.
No, but I got proved wrong every week, and I couldn't have been happy.
No, every week he would just be like, "This is a fun team. Like, I love watching this team, but they're losing."
When they were playing the Chiefs, I'm like, dude, Chiefs are dynasty, you know.
Like, and it'd be like a close, like Cincinnati would be like +3, and they'd lose. You know, they'd lose by 4 or something. Like, it would be like so close.
No, I just don't think the Steelers are garbage and very good defense.
Here's the way I always look at it. Week 1 is, did Pittsburgh get better from last year?
No.
I don't think they got
Did
worse.
Cincinnati get better from last year?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, week 1, there's always a little bit of, you know, Houdini magic going on. Mitchell Trubisky is their quarterback.
Have
Who
they
was
fully
the starting quarterback of
They
an
have not
11-win football
decided, I
team
don't
that had
think.
the best defense in football before? So, again, tell me that bad quarterbacks have never won games in the NFL because that is a problem on this podcast.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Mitchell Trubisky is bad.
He's bad. Right.
Joe Burrow,
But he can
very
throw 2
good.
touchdowns and 1 pick, and the team can win a game.
Absolutely.
Seen it happen many
Absolutely,
times.
but it happens very rarely. It happens very rarely.
Yeah, it does happen very rarely.
Especially when you have, a team that just went to the Super Bowl.
Right. I understand that. But if you're going to say the Steelers are shit when there's talent everywhere and you're saying they're shit solely because of that.
I didn't say the Steelers were shit. I said Mitchell Trubisky is shit.
Yeah, he is.
I never said the Steelers were bad.
But if he throws a couple...
You just said they had statistically the number 1 defense last year. That is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously they're going to have a pretty good defense again.
I think they're a competitive team still.
Yeah.
I don't like them
I
to
just
win.
think the Bengals are
I'm
a lot
taking the
better.
points. I think 6.5 is...
You're taking the Bengals?
I'm taking the Bengals.
I don't know.
This might be the grossest game.
This is one
the
of the
thing that I'm achy about, and this might sway you either way.
I'm excited
is that
to watch
the
Joe
Steelers
Burrow.
have just owned the Bengals. I feel like it's
They
always
do.
like the Steelers.
Here's
win
my
somehow.
thing.
Yeah, but
though-
they beat them last year to make the playoffs.
Here's my thing though. Whenever that's like the case, and then the tables turn, the team that usually gets their ass kicked when they start being good, they love kicking the shit out of the other team.
'Cause that's the other thing.
It's like,
So
hey,
maybe
remember what this
Cincinnati?
team did?
Cincinnati has a little bit of added motivation because of the whole rivalry thing.
I mean,
But most of the players that are there weren't there for like the major rivalry.
the problem with taking Pittsburgh in this game is you're never safe. Because Cincinnati can score 21 points in 6 minutes, in 4 minutes. Like, they can go down and score 3 times. Like, how effectively can Pittsburgh move the ball in this game? Not at all. So, like, they could go 3 and out a couple of times, and Cincinnati could get their offense flowing, and in one quarter it could be like a 7-10 point game. So,
I mean, there's always so much in the air in the first game because you never really know until kickoff starts.
Yeah.
You never really know how a team is going to play. You never know how, the new systems they've implemented. You never understand the new rosters they have.
Even if it's like a 10-point game with 2 minutes left and Pittsburgh's driving, do you really trust Mitchell Trubisky to go down and get you the points to cover the game?
No.
I certainly don't. I'm going to agree with Nolan here, and I'm going to take Cincinnati. I don't love it.
I think it's a good spread.
It's a good spread. I'm very indifferent about the game. I have no clue who's going to win this game, but I'll take Cincinnati minus the 6.5.
Yeah, I'm always horny for Cincinnati.
Me too. I'm excited to watch.
Love Joe Burrow. Jamar Chase coming off a good year, second year.
My team, your future NFC champions.
Yep.
Philadelphia Eagles -4 at Detroit. I said before the podcast, I don't love this spread.
4?
I don't love 4. I think that's a weird number.
4 is always a weird number.
It's a weird number. I think Detroit has some swagger from Hard Knocks and everyone talking them up, and maybe they come in and win this game. But I'm taking Philly to cover the 4 because I have to.
Me too. I think Philly's going to cover the 4.
This is where I love the Lions.
Love
the Lions.
All right.
I think this is a close game. Could I see them losing on a field goal at the end of the game? Sure.
This is an over.
What's the over?
48.5. This is an over. This is a fat over, actually. This is like 33-27 Eagles or like 36-30 Eagles.
I mean, I don't know. I definitely could see this being a low scoring game.
I think it's a complete. I think both teams go nuts on offense.
All right. Well, I mean Detroit. I love Detroit.
You are a big Detroit guy.
I love Detroit. I hate Jared Goff though. That's the only thing. I love the rest of the team. I love the rest of the team. Amon-Ra St. Brown, DeAndre Swift,
Hawkinson, you like
Hawkinson. Like they're so talented, and I think like they just have this added motivation. You saw it in Hard Knocks. Like they really, really want to win. Mm-hmm. They really want to win really bad. They want to win for Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell really wants them to win. I mean, I think that they come out swinging. I think they come out with their heads on fire. I really do.
Maybe a Detroit first half.
I like the Detroit first half. I love that actually.
I like that.
You really like that.
I love that actually.
All right.
I think maybe it's a close game. Maybe they lose by a field goal at the end or win the game. So I'm going to take Detroit +4. My first underdog here that I picked. I think. Oh no, I picked the Rams.
New Orleans traveling to Antonio's Atlanta Falcons. Spread is -5.5 for the New Orleans Saints.
How funny is that? That we just like have teams. Like we have. Like
you're gonna love my answer.
Are you taking the Saints?
By a lot. They're going to kick the snot out of them.
Really?
So I think Jameis is going to have a fucking huge game, and the Saints are going to blow out of the gates here.
Michael Thomas.
Yeah, this is the blowout of the weekend.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Over under 42.5. We're thinking over then?
I would say so.
Honestly,
I can see that.
Is 5.5.
This is like 44-14 or something.
Is 5.5 a little disrespectful?
To the Saints?
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
Oh, I would slightly disagree.
Okay.
I would slightly disagree because if this was in New Orleans, what's the spread? You would say it should be more.
Yeah, that's true. That's that might be like an 8.5.
Right, that's what they're saying. So so say this game's in New Orleans. Do you think the spread should be more than 8.5?
That would be the number.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think 5.5's probably a fair number. Mm-hmm. I don't want to take Atlanta.
I don't want to take Atlanta either. I mean, when have I ever wanted to take Atlanta? Ever.
I think we all kind of have like this thing about the Saints. We're like, they might be pretty good this year, but they got a tough schedule. Their schedule's really hard. I mean, along with the Bucs schedule is hard too. I mean, they play the same teams, but that's a battle.
What's Atlanta's path to covering 5.5 points in this game? That Jameis has to look like a pumpkin?
This
Which
is actually
he has done in the past.
Old college rivalry, Mariota and Jameis. They got picked 1 and 2. It was always like a who's better type thing.
I like
Mariota's gross though. I mean, I've always loved Mariota, but it's just like he's not good. He's a lot like Mitch Trubisky.
Every single year on the Titans, Mariota went boom, boom, boom.
He's
boom.
Mitch
Trubisky
good, without like the
good,
ick.
not good.
He's Mitch Trubisky without like anything.
He's a lot better than
like
Mitch
without
Trubisky.
the ick. Like when you say Mitch Trubisky, I want to throw up. But like when you say Mariota, I'm like, yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, he's still.
I'm like, okay. That gets me moving a little bit. But then it's just like, oh, he's really bad.
I hate that. Like
Atlanta might have the worst roster in football.
Honest to God, the last 6 games have been terrible. Like,
yeah, these are some. There's another one that's pretty bad.
Oh
too.
yeah,
awful.
These are
Awful,
icky.
Dude. No,
but I love that they shove them down our throat now because we're just excited.
Oh, if this was like week 7, we'd be like, screw you guys.
Jackson Washington might be icky too, if not for like the couple storylines in that game. We'll get there.
That's a pick 3 for Mr. Lestrino. That's a pick 3.
Yeah.
It says potential, has potential.
This
Atlanta game though.
I'm gonna take the Saints.
I'm gonna take the Saints too.
The Falcons are bad.
Them and the Bears have like the worst rosters in football.
You
could argue that Atlanta has a worse roster than Chicago.
Very middle.
Nah,
Chicago has the running back.
Chicago's so bad, dude.
Okay, but like the roster though.
No,
On
I'm saying
paper?
I'm saying on paper their roster is like
With Darnell Mooney, David Montgomery, but Atlanta doesn't even have that.
Atlanta's Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, what's that? Drake London.
Kyle Pitts is good.
Kyle Pitts is very good. He's
Drake London. We have no idea. We have no idea about Drake London yet.
They have the
yeah,
guy
I'm
who
just saying
gambles
he could
on parlays, Kevin Ridley, who's not playing.
What didn't he? I thought he got like.
No, I know. I'm making a joke. Like
Oh.
technically they have him. Like,
Do they technically have him, or did
yeah.
he go somewhere else?
No, he's still on the roster. Technically, he's still on the roster. He's just suspended for a year, which is more than Deshaun Watson for.
And it's going to be more than Alvin Kamara next year.
Yep. So
Alvin Kamara is going to get like one game. He's going to get like a slap on the wrist.
I have hated. So I never do this. I've taken 6 out of 7 favorites to start off.
I think I've only taken
I haven't paid attention to that.
two dogs. Also, I think.
We have 2 or 3 underdogs.
This is a spot where I love the dog. New England traveling to Miami. Miami is a 3-point favorite at home. Normally we play Miami in Miami later on in the season. We don't
Getting
have
it out of the way.
we don't have time to prepare.
Why do they always play Miami first?
I don't know.
Why is that always the case?
They do that a lot though.
It was last year. And then I
It's
feel
like
like
2 or 3 years before that too. We've
Like,
done it
they
like
always
we've done it
play Miami
yeah, we've done
first.
that like 3 out of 5 years. So I love the fact that it's the first game of the season to get it out of the way and that Bill has time to like drill into their head like it's going to be hot, it's going to be a tough game.
mm-hmm.
They're going to have Tyreek Hill, obviously. There's going to be a lot of, scary possessions where he's running 50 yards down the field and he could be single covered like
So, yeah, because I like where you're going with this because what the Patriots do very well is taking your best option away. And Miami's best option is also their only option. Devontae Parker revenge game.
Oh, Devontae Parker touchdown scorer. I like that.
And probably over yards, too, because his yards is probably pretty low.
I like that. I normally don't like the Patriots going into Miami, but I love the Patriots in the spot, and I'm going to take the Patriots +3 and Patriots money line here.
I will also be taking Patriots. I think Miami's really bad.
Tua's terrible.
I think Miami's a team that has a chance to be good, but if they are, I think it's going to take them a few weeks to get it figured out. I also like the Pats in this game.
Nice.
So we all agree on the first game ever.
If you take them in your pick 3, they're definitely losing by 40 though, because that's what always happens. So
I don't plan on it.
this is probably I think a lot of people's favorite game of the 1 o'clock slate. Baker Mayfield. This is a true. You want to talk about definition of a revenge?
That's what I was talking about before. Joe Flacco's too far removed.
Yeah,
this
is
is
the
the
this is the
year
point of
after,
interest.
and he's talking shit in the media
Yo,
already. This is a revenge.
He
game.
said he wants to fuck him up.
This is a
And
proper.
I think
revenge
he's gonna.
game.
I'm gonna let Antonio speak on this game first. Carolina is a 2.5-point favorite at home.
Carolina is also your team.
The over/under is 41.
No, they were last year.
You jumped off.
Yeah, but I'm definitely picking them this game though. I think Cleveland's terrible. I don't think they're good at all.
Jacoby Brissett at the helm.
I do
Yeah,
think
Baker's
he's
gonna have a good
solid.
game.
Jacoby Brissett's always been pretty solid, but not enough for this ass whooping that Baker Mayfield's going to put on.
This is the best quarterback Christian McCaffrey's ever had as well. Same thing with DJ Moore.
No.
So,
You don't think Cam Newton, when he was MVP, wasn't better?
did he play with those guys?
Oh yeah, that's a tweak.
Did
yeah.
he play with them?
Cam Newton. Well, like lazy arm Cam Newton played with them. Like noodle arm Cam Newton played with them.
Yeah.
But
So I'm kind of
Not MVP Cam Newton, but like he was like on the way out.
I'll take Cam. I'll take Cam Newton over Baker Mayfield.
You know, DJ Moore has had 3 1,200-yard receiving years in a row.
I think his first
quarterback.
year was one of those, right, with Cam Newton.
I think so. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So they played with Cam Newton. So
Yeah,
I'm kind
he
of
wasn't
right.
like he wasn't like hospital yet, but he was like teetering on it.
They were getting the ambulance.
That
Right?
was yeah. They had the stretcher out. Yeah, they were like okay.
Not the hospital. He was
Because the
walking,
year after that,
walking
what was it like the first game of the year? And we were like, "Yo, Cam Newton can't throw."
Yo.
Yeah.
That was a really bad game. Didn't they play like the Bucks or something?
Yo.
Like before Brady got there.
So you're both taking Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm taking.
Don't take
Carolina
the Browns,
Panthers.
Sal, please.
So here's my thing.
This is such a fun game.
This is such a fun game.
Baker has a good game, but they lose.
Let me walk you through this. It's one of those games where everyone you're watching the game with has Carolina. And Carolina comes out and is like up 14-0.
Just hop on the boat.
Just listen. And everyone's feeling good, and everyone's like, Baker, yeah.
Listen, I could see him having good stats this game and them losing. I could see that.
And then in like the late third quarter, he gets like strip sacked or throws a pick, and then everyone's just like, uh-oh. And then that's where the onslaught
That's where
comes.
he topples.
Yep.
He gets one of those, and then it's like, whoosh.
I don't love this game, but the Browns are winning. It's one of those.
Okay, you could say the Browns are going to win, but Carolina first half is a lock.
I like Carolina first half.
Because
Cleveland does have an extremely good defense.
and also too,
Yes, they do.
Baker always has one or two games where he looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And now that he has this motivation for this game, this might be one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
So
throws 500 yards, 3 touchdowns, maybe a pick.
the problem is, if you take Cleveland in this game, and Baker's like running all over the field after a touchdown and high-fiving his teammates and stuff, you're pissed.
I'm
so
pissed.
You have to tread very lightly with this game. This is not a game you go big on Cleveland, but I like Cleveland here because if Carolina's up like 24-0 at the end of the first half, you're sitting there like,
Because they're not coming back from that. Not with
Jacoby Brissett, not happening. So tread lightly, but I like Cleveland in the spot. I don't love Cleveland in the spot, but it's like they have just as a much of a revenge factor as Baker does. Baker left and is talking all this shit about them. All right, let's go kick his ass. That's what all the defense.
I would agree, but
defensive players
I'd
do.
also disagree. I just think like they're too distracted. Like they have too much going on. Like and Deshaun Watson now out for 11 games. It's like they really just have nothing going on. They're just so bad.
Yeah, there's got to be like dudes in that locker room that are just kind of like, what happened?
They're just so
that
bad.
don't care that they got Deshaun Watson. They're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Amari
Like, we're supposed to be really
Cooper is gonna go back to like how he was towards the end when he was in Vegas, it was Oakland at that time, where he was just kind of like,
I didn't love him ever really on Oakland.
Nah.
yeah,
I
he always
wasn't
had.
picking him
He,
I wasn't picking
he
him in
disappeared.
fantasy.
He was like Mike Evans a lot, where he would just disappear, and then he'd have games where he'd go off. But I think that's what we're gonna see this year. I think he's just gonna disappear, and everyone's gonna forget about him.
This is another under.
What the Carolina Cleveland?
Yep.
Yeah. What is it?
41.5. It's
It's a low number, but
it's 24. It's 24-17 Cleveland.
I like that. I think it's the opposite. Carolina.
24-17 Carolina. This is a pick 3 game for me, 1,000%. Jacksonville at Washington. Jacksonville wins this game by 15 points. Carson Wentz looks terrible.
Against his old coach.
I think
He's going to look terrible.
I think Jacksonville puts up 30-ish points in this game. I think they win like 30-10. I think Jacksonville smokes Washington.
I do think Jacksonville wins. Jacksonville wins. I don't know if I agree so much with they put up a big number. I just think that
because he thinks the quarterback's bad.
You do think Trevor Lawrence is bad?
no, I don't think he's bad.
You want to tell him about the picture I sent you?
What?
Did I forget about it?
Free play?
Huh?
I had a little free play on DraftKings. I threw it on Trevor Lawrence to win MVP.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
He
I
has-
like that.
He has the same odds.
Second-year
Let
quarterbacks.
let me say this. He has the same odds as Daniel Jones, Jameis Winston, and Mitchell Trubisky. At that point, I think the value is on Trevor. I think that's
I
reasonable.
think the value's good.
It was 80-1.
Okay.
80-1.
I mean, yeah. Show me Lamar's, odds to an MVP his second year when he won it. Show
was
me
like 50 to
Show me
1.
Pat Mahomes his second year.
40
when
to
he won
1. It was something like that.
So-
I remember hearing about both those actually.
I've never
So-
said Trevor Lawrence is bad. I just think the situation that he was in, especially last year, was just
I think
detrimental
there's
to him.
and I said this the last or 2 podcasts ago. The situation that they're in is so much better.
Yeah,
than
I
it
think
was
it's
before.
very good for him.
I love Doug Peterson. I look at what he did against the Patriots, and I know that's one game, but like think about how good of a defensive
No,
mind.
he's a great coach.
Great offensive coach.
Yeah.
And Jacksonville's always been good to great defensively. So if you can figure out the offense, they're a 500 team. They're a 500 or better team.
They really have been pretty solid. Like, I mean, not crazy, but since their AFC Championship game, when they had a really good defense, they really haven't been that bad.
No, they've still been all right defensively, but it's just been the
And
offense.
they went
has
down to
been-
the bottom after that.
Yep.
And they still really didn't have that bad of a defense.
It was just their offense could not move the ball.
Yeah, and then they get Trevor Lawrence. You're like, okay. They have ETN. They have James Robinson.
I'm not saying he's Peyton Manning, but Peyton Manning had a terrible year 1. He threw like 20 interceptions.
Way more interceptions than
Yeah.
touchdowns, I think.
And Trevor Lawrence did the same thing, so let's see.
Yeah, no, I think Trevor Lawrence. has to have a better year.
If Trevor Lawrence is a stock, you buy it all.
This is this is the kind of game, and I'm going to take Jacksonville as well. It's the kind of game where they're, I think, going to put up, maybe not 30, but they're going to have a really good offensive game, and Jacksonville is going to be the focal point on like a lot of talk shows the next day and stuff like that.
Is Jacksonville the dark horse team in the AFC South? That makes me want to switch my Indy pick, actually, but we're not gonna. We're way too far past that, so we're not gonna do that. No. So round of Jacksonville. That is not what I expected.
Why? I thought I was gonna pick Carson Wentz.
No, never mind. Sorry.
I never thought that for a second.
Come on now. I have a dartboard with Carson Wentz's name on it.
Oh no, 4:25. All right, so 1:00 games are over. Pretty weak 1:00 slate. 4:25. This slate it's a lot better.
This is where we pick it up.
Your games are always in a different order than mine. So like I look at the first game, I'm like, he's going to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that one
because they probably put it in any random order. But
I have Giants at Tennessee. Giants are plus 5.5. Over unders 43.5.
This is the grossest 4:00 game.
That's a bad game.
Mr. Fiore, please take it away. Your New York Giants on the road week 1.
They're going to win this game.
They're going to win.
They're going to win this game. I think the Titans are bad.
Titans are bad.
I think the Giants might be. I think the Giants roster, they might have a better roster than Tennessee does today.
Coming up, all the talks I've seen on the Giants have said people have been impressed with what they've seen out of Daniel Jones, and that takes a lot for a sports analyst to say that after what we've seen from him. So I think that
he's had one good season, so maybe by some miracle he can match that.
think that they really do mean it, and I think Saquon being 100% healthy, I think it'll be Saquon versus Derrick Henry here. Listen, I think Saquon has a slight edge.
It does just take it just comes down to Daniel Jones because that offensive line is not full of traffic cones anymore. Yeah. I think Saquon's gonna have a good year because I think they're gonna be able to run block a lot better. It really is just like Daniel Jones. If you were to take a Russell Wilson and put him in Daniel Jones' position, the Giants are probably a playoff team because it's a good roster.
And they're like Jacksonville. They've never really had a dismal. Last year, their defense has always been kind of like hit or miss. Giants.
Yeah, it is always hit or miss.
But you know what? I'm with you on this. I think the Giants win this game.
Make it a sweep. The Giants are winning this game on the field. It's a gross.
Yeah,
it's a gross game. I don't think it's an under though. I've said this about like 8 games. It's a gross game. It's a gross game. I actually think the Giants come out and score like 28. I think they look pretty decent.
Sal's looking to see some points here on the first Sunday.
A lot of the games under. A lot of the games have been under.
You said that though in the beginning, and now you're like, no, we're scoring points.
All right, Jacksonville. Hold on. Jacksonville's an over. This Giants game's an over.
Did you say the Baltimore game was over?
No, I said the Baltimore game is such an under. 17-14 Jets. That's
okay.
That you might want to bet exact score.
I saw a pretty interesting stat a few days ago, and I'm by no means like a Daniel Jones believer. I don't really think he's the answer, but I saw comparing Daniel Jones' first 40-something games to Josh Allen's first 40-something games, and the stats
Similar.
They were nearly identical.
Yeah.
They were not
Josh
good.
Allen was kind of icky there.
The thing was, we all thought Josh Allen was bad. Remember the first 2 years?
Then they got a really good roster, and then
he had like an ass season, but they made the playoffs because he was running around like crazy, but he wasn't throwing like crazy.
They built around him, and if they have the same attitude in New York and they can build around him, maybe he'll be something. I don't know. Maybe.
I hope so, man.
Maybe.
I don't have high hopes for this Giants team, but I think Tennessee is way worse than the market thinks that they are, and I think the Giants are slightly better than the market thinks they are.
I think so too. I don't think the Giants are a playoff team, but I think they can be a team that plays spoiler later on in the season and be in some games that they shouldn't.
I just had this deja vu for when we picked the Giants 2 years ago or a year ago.
It was a year ago.
And it's just why do we always fall into this
Giants trap? Yeah,
I could see.
It's because on TV every year they say the Giants could win the NFC
because if everything goes right. The Giants to be good so bad.
It's so funny because it's gonna be
they never say that about the Jets though. Never say it about.
It's gonna be so funny because it's gonna be 7-0 Titans, and then they're gonna be on the goal line and Derrick Henry's gonna run over a Giants linebacker, and we're gonna be like, "What?"
Yeah, and then the Giants are gonna be first and goal, and someone's gonna fumble.
Yeah,
it's gonna be 14-3 Tennessee at halftime, and be like,
"What?" Yeah, we're gonna be like, "What were we doing?"
I'm gonna be like, "What were we doing?" But hey, you know what? Fuck it. We're going Giants.
Big blue,
clear sweep, plus 5.5. You said over.
I like the over in this game.
43.5. Well, you know what? Fuck it, because I'd rather be optimistic about the Giants.
This game.
Mm-hmm.
is the biggest over of week 1?
Oh boy,
Chargers and
Kansas
Chiefs
City,
and Cardinals. Yeah, dude.
Arizona.
I think that's going to be a
53
nice game.
This is like an alternate over like 65.
I don't think you could make that
This
line.
is a college game.
I don't think you could make that line like 65. And
This is 42-35 Kansas City.
I agree. This is a Big Ten football game.
Kansas City wins this game and they cover the 4 points. Andy Reid is phenomenal in September. I think he's lost like a handful, like literally like less than a handful of games in September. I don't love the Chiefs this year. I think they're a good team still. You give me Patrick Mahomes. They don't have DeAndre. I'm gonna take the Chiefs here. I'm gonna take the Chiefs to cover the 4, and I'm gonna take the over.
I'm in agreement. I wanted to take the Kansas City spread, but not in any disrespect to the Cardinals, because I think the Cardinals are going to play good enough to win this weekend. I agree with you. It's going to be a crazy high-scoring game. I just think the Chiefs are going to pull away at the end. It might be a little back and forth, but when we get in the last 7-8 minutes of the fourth quarter, I think the Chiefs score a couple times and cover those points.
Yeah, I mean, make it a clean sweep.
I thought you were going to say Arizona.
No, I after that whole thing with what Kyler,
you're like me. You want to like Arizona, but it's
no. I loved Arizona last year when they were like 8-0 or whatever, when they were going on a roll. But it's just like ever since that shit happened with Kyler, I really don't believe in them anymore. I really don't think he's that good anymore.
Wow.
And I just like,
you were a big Arizona head last year.
Yeah, because I loved Kyler Murray, but ever since that stuff happened, like he went rogue at the end of the year, and when they lost, like he was so negative, and then they put in that contract that he has to watch film. Like
that was sketchy.
It's a little weird.
All the signs
are
are pointing towards like he's not motivated. But I mean, towards the end of the day, he'll probably prove me wrong. Like
he misses baseball, but just doesn't want to play for the A's.
Obviously, he's super talented. Obviously, he's one of the best. But I mean, yeah, give me the Chiefs here. Like you said, the Chiefs are amazing in the beginning of the year, so I'll take it.
So when you lose all your 1 o'clock bets like this weekend, I think the 4 o'clock bet is just every over. I think
these games are really good.
Just parlay or round robin.
Robin 4 overs. Green Bay, Minnesota is also an over. Both these teams are going to throw the football all over the parking lot. I love Minnesota in this game.
I'm so high on Minnesota in this game.
I love Minnesota in this game.
I don't know. I don't know who to pick here.
Again, Minnesota at home. If they're plus points, I'm taking Minnesota.
I know the way we're talking about the Vikings, but they're at home.
No, dude.
They're at home. They're a home dog.
Points.
They're a home.
They're
plus
home.
Points.
They want to make a statement, huh?
Yes. Can't you see the Packers coming out so bad week 1? Aaron has no one to throw to, and they're like, "What's wrong with the receivers?"
Aaron Rodgers just said he was playing off perks and ayahuasca.
What's wrong with the receivers in Green Bay? I can't understand why their team
playing off perks too. You see that?
Yeah. So he was playing off ayahuasca and perks. Dude. Obviously, he wasn't playing on ayahuasca, but he was playing on perks, which is insane. That is an insane thing to say.
NFL players, like they get hurt, they get prescribed shit like this. They're probably all doing that.
Listen to me, bro. Josh Gordon said he smoked weed while playing.
Yeah, and he was out for years.
And he got out he was done after that. What are they going to do to Aaron Rodgers? Nothing. They go, oh, sorry, Aaron.
Someone quote.
Because the team doctors like here have these.
Yeah, I mean,
perks.
obviously, but like. Weed's legal now.
Someone quote tweeted the Rodgers thing saying he was off perks, and it was like minus 1,000. This is when he was off perks, and it was after that Green Bay Chicago game where they came back, and his eyes were bright red, and they were like trying to talk to him, and he was like looking all over the stadium.
My knee.
It was that Sunday. It was week 1 Sunday Night Football, and he was so hurt, and then he came back in.
That might have been what he was talking about. Then.
Yes. I'm pretty sure it was.
Popped a perk 30.
Literally popped a perk and just went back out.
That interview was so funny. He started talking like a Southern accent. He was like, my knee. I gotta watch that video after this. That's so funny.
He was a dumpster, dude.
He literally was a dumpster.
I don't believe in Aaron Rodgers. I hate Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, I went
right next to my dartboard with Carson Wentz's face on it is an Aaron Rodgers.
Their defense is really good though. That's kind of
defense is very good for Green Bay. I think they look bad week 1. I was full buy on Aaron Rodgers last year. I'm full sell on Aaron Rodgers this year.
Yeah, I think he's hit his ceiling. I think it's time to sell.
I'm not full sell with you because
Yeah.
But like I'm on the
you
Vikings
you
this
said
year.
Minnesota was winning this division.
I did, but I can pick the Green Bay to win a game, but I'm not. I'm gonna stick with Minnesota.
No, if you want to take Green Bay,
I'm not taking Green. It's tough, man. I think
No,
it's gonna be a good game.
If we think Minnesota's going to be as good as we think they are,
Yeah, they have to win this game.
They have
You
to
are
win this
right.
game as a home dog. You have to make a statement right away.
Yeah, they're gonna. It's gonna be new look Minnesota. Everybody's healthy. You got Thielen back healthy. You got Dalvin Cook back healthy. Their offensive line's very good. You know what? Give me them.
Justin Jefferson
Give me
will
those
score
guys.
2 touchdowns on Sunday.
You want to take him
Have
with the
him on-
first pick.
Have him on my fantasy
all right, so
If you could trade the first pick, you would.
If
team.
I-
Jerry
Justin
Judy
Jefferson.
and Justin Jefferson. How good of a duo is that?
that's pretty high.
Imagine if they were on the same
Did
team.
you have the chance to take Courtland Sutton instead of Jerry Judy?
I have
No, I got
Sutton.
Jerry Judy.
Did you have the chance to take Sutton instead, though?
Yes.
You should have.
I
No.
took Sutton
Should've done
later.
No.
Good job.
I did take DeAndre Hopkins.
I
later, too.
have the first pick.
Yeah,
That's going to be a scary 3.
I have the first pick in the
He
lead
comes
with
back.
Antonio, and I have talked to Antonio about this, and I said I am thinking about taking Justin Jefferson
First
overall.
First overall.
First overall.
They might kill you. Who's in this league? Is it
It's like J.R. Allen.
they
Dude,
might-
every team-
they're gonna they are gonna fuck you up for doing that.
I really don't care though.
I mean, I don't give a shit. I think
Okay,
it's a great
here's
pick.
all right.
He's
Let's
gonna be super good this year.
30-second timeout. Real talk. Jonathan Taylor, sure, he's probably the best running back in the league right now. That team's kind of, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Jonathan Taylor's the pick. I think I
mean,
am.
it all depends. Like, this is obviously
You said the 1
PPR.
year.
Is
It's hard-
is
it's hard to
3
take
wide
that
receivers
pick.
or 2 wide receivers?
Is it 3 wide receivers? They were talking about
No,
that.
it's 2.
Are you sure?
Yes, because JR's in charge of all of that, and JR said I'm not doing 3 wide receivers.
Okay. So
Allen's taking the money, but JR is like
Allen's the
managing
treasurer.
league. Yeah.
Alan loves that. No, but here's the thing. So my whole thing is there's a lot less cream of the crop when it comes to running backs this year.
Well, that's the thing, because when I get back to my second, I can't believe I'm talking about this so much. Nobody cares. When I get back to my
there's good
second
running
pick,
backs.
By
there's
the time
no-
by the time they hear
it's,
this,
it's like James Conner. No, I don't care about people hearing it. No one cares though.
Oh.
James, yeah, no one cares. James Conner is in the second round. Like
Yeah.
that's who comes
it's a
back.
really
to me.
solid pick.
I hate.
I
having
don't
the first-
want
no,
James Conner
I
as my
hate-
first
dude,
running back.
Having
As
the
my
first
fir-
pick is terrible.
No,
I hate it.
Oh,
as-
yeah. No, this year it's as
so
icky as
bad.
ever. It's
So
as icky
bad.
as
If you're in a
ever.
12-guy league,
And especially in a 12
I don't want
league. If
a
you're
top
in a
4
12 guy
pick.
league, first pick is so bad. It's so bad.
I don't know who I'm
Because
taking.
then you say like James Conner is their number.
I'm
number
gonna
2.
I'm gonna come back on the podcast next week and I'm gonna be like, I took the worst first round pick ever. The Jets lost by 50.
Here's
and I'm miserable.
here's my 2 cents for you. Take it as you will. I've won 1 fantasy league, in my entire career, whatever, right? So I have 1 ring. I'm Aaron Rodgers.
1 ring.
So take this as you will. I say you take Jonathan Taylor first because you have to.
safest pick.
In 12-man
Safest
league,
pick.
because that you said, by the time you get to the second round, it's just dumpsters.
Yeah,
left.
all right.
So then you can
Taylor's the safest pick. McCaffrey is the most upside.
Then you can take a wide receiver second. You'll probably get a decent wide receiver. It probably won't be Justin Jefferson. It probably won't be but you'll find someone solid.
I think I gotta take Taylor first.
There's plenty of solid options at wide receiver.
All right, time back in. I'm sorry.
Penalty flag. at
Yeah,
the
no,
30-yard line.
nobody cares about my fantasy problems.
So did you ended up taking Minnesota?
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
a,
I'm on. I like
we're-
this.
we have a fat round so far of like
This is
5
another
games.
really good game that Sal's about to say though.
This game is a great game, and I have a very strong lean on this game, but I'll let you guys go first. Vegas plus 3.5 at the Chargers. Over under 52 points. Either one of you want to go for it.
Well, I'm very torn on this game.
I'm shocked. I for sure thought you were gonna say heavy Vegas here.
I'm very torn on this game, Sal, because both of these teams are very good. This division is very good. I think these are the top 2 teams in this division when it all shakes out at the end. Vegas has a very good roster. New coach. Always has a solid defense.
That's how picking games
Chargers.
this division is going to be all year.
The Chargers have arguably the second best young quarterback ever, right behind Patrick Mahomes. He is so good. Arm talent, very good. He has some weapons. I'm literally just talking out loud right now because I'm trying to decide which one I want to pick. You got Austin Eckler, you have Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, a new defense, solid defense. I've just decided in my head. I really do think the Chargers look flat in this game. I think they come out flat because I think the expectations are very high.
I thought that was the pick you're gonna make. You're going Vegas.
I'm going Vegas. I think Vegas wins this game. I think they have to win this game. Devontae Adams and Derek Carr. I'm excited to see how this dynamic shakes out. I really do think this is Derek Carr's. This is finally going to be Derek Carr. Like I would bet Derek Carr MVP. I really do
35-1 currently.
I really do think this is his coming out party. And now that he has the number 1 wide receiver, I think it'll happen. I really just love Vegas, and I think that they come out swinging this game.
Mr. Fiore.
How do you pick a push?
Yeah, I really
3.5.
I really wish
No
you
push.
Oh, it's 3.5.
3.5.
Okay, I was looking at 3.
Yeah, it
Shit,
says
dude.
3 on
Three
CBS.
Do I
point-
really want to take the Vegas points and say Chargers win by 3? Because I think the Chargers are going to win this game.
Crazy to do that. If
That's
you
wild.
Yeah, if you really think the Chargers are going to win, you have to.
I mean, that would never be putting money on it, but I don't.
That could easily happen.
I don't want to take those points because I don't want to downplay Vegas at all. But I really like the Chargers.
That makes
this
me
game.
think it's going to be a 3-point game because you said it's 3.5 on CBS. It's 3. I feel like anytime that happens, it's
a 3-point
3-point game. Fuck.
I think the Chargers are going
that's
to win
good for you. No, that means you
it
cover.
is, but I mean that's just how it's going to be. Now.
I think the Chargers are going to come out. I mean, both teams want to win, but I think the Chargers are going to come out really well. I think they're going to have a good start. I definitely think this is the year that the Chargers are going to make the playoffs. I think they're pissed and
they're
they're
definitely
mad about
making the
missing
playoffs.
by that small of a margin last year, and they want to show it. I think that's one of
maybe
your.
a little revenge for the game last year.
That's
I
where-
rewatched that game and I was like, wow.
I think the Chargers are
could've
first or
easily
second
been a
place in that
tie.
division this year because
All because their dumbass head coach took that timeout.
Timeout.
yeah.
That's where I am going with this. I think this is one of the easier games of the weekend.
Okay.
This is a revenge spot for the Los Angeles Chargers. They're going to come out swinging week 1. This is a 10 to 14 point victory for the Chargers, and this is also an over. I'm going to take Chargers to win 38 to 28.
This might be my lock for the over for this week.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those games where McDaniels might look a little funny week 1, and then everyone's like, "Oh, is he not?
Yeah.
Is he not head coach material?" Blah blah blah, and then he rights the ship after that. But I think he might make a mistake or two, and everyone's just like, "Whoa, Josh McDaniels, what are we
I
doing?"
could for sure see that happen.
So I really really like the Chargers here. Like you'll hear about them later. Tampa Bay. That was a 4:00 slate. I have 4 overs in the 4:00 slate.
I really like the round robin for 4.
Round
overs.
robin 4:00 overs might definitely be
So
the
then
play.
you go 3-1 and you're making a little healthy.
Yeah, you still make a
healthy
profit.
pocket of change there.
Tampa Bay, their old Tom Brady up past his bedtime, -1.5 in Dallas. There's a report that Jason Peters might be signing with the Dallas Cowboys to replace Tyron Smith at left tackle.
That would be pretty horny.
See, I don't think the Bucs are going to have the greatest start to the season. I just think Dallas sucks.
Okay.
So I take the Bucs. I don't even know what the spread is. I forgot what you said.
-1.5 Tampa
Jesus
Bay.
Christ. Yeah,
This is
give me
almost
Tampa
a
Bay.
pick. This is
Jesus
almost a
fuck.
pick. That's actually crazy.
Ugh.
Doesn't that
And
make you
it's-
think Dallas though?
it's Dak in-
this
Dak
is-
in prime
this is the
time?
easiest
No.
game. Dallas wins.
No.
Dallas wins.
Probably,
I
but
might be with
no.
Sal on this one.
Dallas
Antonio.
wins this game.
I want to be with Sal, but I can't pick that.
This is one of those.
They
This
suck.
is one of those games where Tampa would start early, and then Dak just starts pinging balls all over the field.
I'm good with Dak in prime time.
I think Dallas wins by like 3-7. I think
Good
it's,
with Dak in a prime. What is he? Kirk Cousins? He's not Kirk Cousins.
no.
not
Dak
in
Dak
that
actually
position.
normally looks pretty good in prime time.
he
I
does.
feel like
He balls out,
you know who doesn't look good in
Don't
prime
screw-
time?
don't
Tom
screw with my
Brady. Tom
narrative.
Brady in prime time normally does
especially
not look
early
good
in the season.
Yeah,
especially early in the season.
I really like Dallas here.
And this is the first time I think ever he's had sort of like a Aaron Rodgers esque offseason where people are kind of down on him
Questioning
going into
him.
the season.
Yeah.
Like, where did he go? No one's found out yet, right?
There's reports that him and Giselle, might,
apparently fled to Costa Rica or something.
Well, I think there's like they might be splitting up. So-
Yeah, I know that was one of the rumors. One of the rumors that he was doing Masked Singer.
Well, no, that definitely didn't happen.
That definitely didn't happen. And then another thing was like he was just doing a bunch of Brady clothing brand campaigns. I don't believe that one for a minute.
Maybe he was doing
I think he
ayahuasca.
just likes to stay busy. Like he just doesn't want to sit at home.
I
yeah,
don't.
I mean, he's.
I don't
scared.
like the vibe around Tampa right now.
I don't like the vibe around Tom Brady right now.
I really like Dallas in this game.
And as much as it pains me to say that, I really don't like it. I really do think he should have just retired. I really do.
When it comes to Dallas and like when we were talking about the Giants and the words that we're hearing at a training camp for the Giants with like the positivity, it's the exact opposite for Dallas. I've heard nothing but garbage about that team when it comes to guys that are there scouting them at training camp.
I mean, yeah.
I've heard their offense looks terrible.
This is more of just a one-game thing for me. I just think Dallas looks like the better team here.
I mean, Dallas is probably going 0-17. I mean,
no, they're not. That's just because you hate Dallas. They're not going 0-17.
Final game, Monday Night Football. Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson.
Another revenge game.
Plays his old
this
team.
is a pick 3, baby.
Is it?
Yeah.
We'll let you go last. No, I'm saying just for this game.
That was just funny though.
Denver -6 at Seattle. Over unders 42 points.
That's a crazy spread for Seattle. Like going the past 8 years or whatever. When have you ever seen Seattle be a 6-point dog at home?
Never.
On a Monday night game?
That's why I'm taking it. I think
you're taking Seattle? No way.
I'm taking Seattle only
Seems
because
like a smart pick.
only because I think this is a close game up until the end, and then Russell Wilson throws like a game-winning touchdown, and they win by like 4 or
Sal
3.
always takes like the dramatic route.
Oh, I think this is one of those games where it's like so scripted at the end.
Sal loves like a Disney movie.
Yes,
type game.
no. Russell Wilson throws a game-winning touchdown and wins by like 3 points.
Disney movie endings for you.
I'm taking Seattle +6. I don't love it, but that's my pick.
Yeah, I'm going Denver -6 here.
One more point. This game, you're either taking Seattle +6 or Denver alternate spread like -13.5.
Yeah, that's where I was going with this. Denver has such a better roster.
So it's either a close game or Denver absolutely blows their doors off.
Russell is not going to have no issue playing in Seattle. Ain't no thing, man.
Yeah, because that's the other thing too. It's like an intimidating place to play. Nobody knows it better than Russell Wilson.
Fair.
So he's gonna go in there acting like it's a home game. Like you go to another team, your first game is in your home.
The crowd is behind him.
Yeah, your first game is like pretty much a home game. Like they're not gonna boo him. Seattle's not booing him. No. Seattle's not booing him.
I think
I've seen guys get booed for.
I think for the intros,
No way.
I think for the intros,
Okay.
they're like behind him, and then once the game starts, they're like,
okay, yeah, which I would think I would expect
like
that
a
from.
Freddie Freeman.
yeah,
Yeah, which I would expect, but I mean, he's gonna feel like it's a home game to him in his mental. So I mean,
I couldn't agree more.
You're going Denver?
He's gonna be throwing lights out to Jerry.
You're going
Jeudy.
Denver.
I'm going Denver.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
a
going
big
Denver.
game.
So that means you're 100% right because I said when you two are on one side and I'm on the other side, I always did it wrong. So
Yeah, Denver -13.5.
I think if you like Denver in this spot, you can take 6, but I'd also go like bigger than that. I'd go like 10.
That's
13.
what I like to do during the season is like take alternate spreads when there's a clear favorite, and I like to go a little bit more.
Yeah.
Then you can make a little more money.
Yep.
Sometimes it backfires, but when does it not?
Everything always has its peaks and valleys, that's for sure. So
All right, gentlemen. Is it time?
I think we're at that time.
We're at that time.
I think-
Do we remember what it shaked out to be last year?
I can.
Did we tie?
No, Nolan won by a damn. Let's.
Nolan won.
Nolan won pick 3.
I think that's 2 years in a row. That
No, I won
somehow-
I won the first year.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I thought I came close the year before.
ATS record, gentlemen. Last year.
And this is against the spread for all games.
Oh, we tied.
For pick 3.
Yeah, let's
Or
go.
remember, was it last year where me and Antonio were tied for like the longest time?
No, yes, it was because every week I come in and I'd be like, "You guys have the same record." I don't know how you keep doing.
It
You
was
would
like
pick-
7
You would
weeks in a
pick
row.
different teams every week, and it was so weird.
Yeah, it was like 7 weeks in a row.
Last year's record, Nolan went 112, 109, and 3 overall. You went still over 500.
Right?
23, 21, and 1 in pick 3.
23, 21.
So better than 50%. I had the same pick 3 record. I went 117, 107, and 3. 3 pushes all around. Antonio went 103, 96, and 3 because I don't think he did 1 or 2 podcasts. And 22, 22, and 1 in pick 3. So we were all 500 or above.
That's pretty good.
We were all decent. We were all decent.
We're all in the money.
We're all-
Crazy because I looked in because I would fade myself sometimes compared to this because I was in like a pick'em with someone that I worked with it's like 100 people in it or something like that for picking spreads every week, and I was in like 3rd place the entire year. I came on like 14th, but I looked on it and it said that I was in the 74th percentile in picks.
Really?
Out of like anybody that does pick'ems for spreads on like CBS Sports or whatever. I was
Wow.
like, am I a professional?
Yeah, I mean, hey, for us to all go in the money on like all those picks is pretty impressive to me.
Now, not to be that guy.
Okay, here we go.
If you took all of our picks, you would technically lose money because of the minus 110.
Mm-hmm.
But we were over 50% for the season. So I will take that 100 times out of 100.
Yeah, I'd say just for the picks because of just how many there are. For us to be positive, I think is
page three is the one where we need to be a little bit better than what we did.
because this is our favorite.
This is our favorite games, and me and you only went 2 games over 500, and Tony went 500. So
yeah,
we're gonna be better than that.
Okay.
How about we all start off 3-0 to start the season?
That'd be pretty good.
Any takers for going first? I never like going first, but if I have to, I will.
I mean,
You want to go?
Okay.
so you want to go first?
No.
Oh,
So, I love the Saints.
okay.
I'm putting the Saints in my pick 3 plus 5.5.
Minus 5.5.
I'm minus 5.5. What was on your thing? Blowout of the weekend, like I said.
Tony said it's the biggest win of the weekend.
The weekend, yep.
Me and Sal are going to have a pick 3 be the same. I feel like it was almost going to be 2 because I was almost going to put the Chargers in here.
Jacksonville?
But not the Chargers. I got the Jacksonville in here. 100%. I like them to win a lot, and I like Carson Wentz to have a not-so-good game. And the Broncos, because I just said it.
Yeah. All right. Mr.
So
Nolan.
for me, I am taking 2 dogs in here, but I have good reasoning behind it. First one, Rams plus 2.5. If I think they're gonna win the game, they're a home dog, and I know like when their stadium, it's not really, you know what it's.
They got somewhat of a home field advantage.
Yeah. So
right, and Bills fans.
Right, and they're going all the way west.
If they don't travel,
Bills
like
are going
Chiefs
all the way
fans,
west.
Steelers fans, Cowboys fans, and
yeah. So I'm taking Rams plus 2.5. I think they win by 3 or more because I think they win the game outright. So I'm going to take them. Number 2, who do we have here? Because this is one I'm kind of like on.
You're pulling at me. Normally when it gets to me, I'm like bang.
You
and then
do it
it's
on your
like,
third pick.
third
This
one.
is my second pick. I want to save the other one for last. I think I'm going to go ahead and take Carolina minus 2.
Okay.
I really love the Baker Mayfield thing. As much as I think he's icky and, you know, whatever, I do think he balls out this game just because of how bad Cleveland is. And then the last one, another home dog, Minnesota plus 1.5.
Love it.
I really do think they come out and make a statement in this game. They're at home. They're dogs. They have a really good roster, really a lot of upside. Green Bay, a lot of people are selling on. Give me Minnesota plus 1.5.
Are we Kirk Cousins guy now? Kirk Cousins guys.
Chris Cousins guys nows? I might have to be.
I think we have to do a 180 with the way we've been talking about them. I don't think we have a choice.
We would get on here and trash him.
I think we're a Kirk Cousins guy until it's prime time, and then we're not.
No, we're very critical of Kirk
I'm a
Cousins because we want him to be good. That's how I'm going to spin
the second
it.
round of the playoffs, I'm a Kirk Cousins guy.
That's how I'm going to spin it.
Yeah, we're Kirk Cousins' big brother. We know like what his potential is, but we need to.
It's not like Carson Wentz or Aaron Rodgers where we've been so. I mean, you've been high on Aaron Rodgers, but I'm saying like so hateful.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins, we just know.
We're like, come on.
Yeah.
You got this.
Yeah, you got this.
All right.
Let's hear it, Salvatore.
Week 1, pick 3. Sounds so good to say.
Mm-hmm.
The Los Angeles Chargers are going to kick the shit out of the Vegas Raiders at 425. I will take the Chargers minus 3.5. I think they win by 10 plus. I love Jacksonville to beat Washington. You don't even need to take the +3. You can take them outright. That is another double-digit victory.
I can't wait to gamble on football. I'm so good at it.
And
I love that.
the game of the weekend, cash in your 401k, cash in all your PTO, cash in whatever you need to. Sell the car, cash in the kids, college fund. Jets +7.
Oh
Jets,
my God.
Jets win the game on the fields. I can't wait to text Nolan at 425. I cannot wait to text Nolan at 425 saying I told you so. If it's the other way around,
I will not be texting you.
Oh, you can for sure text me.
I'll wait till the podcast.
Okay, all right, that's fair. At 425, when Joe Flacco takes that knee,
I wait till I see you face to face.
Yeah,
to
just
tell
to
you
give me
how
just
dumb you
to
are.
really rub it in.
Yeah.
At 425, when Joe Flacco's taking that knee, I will for sure be texting Nolan. I love
Can't
them in
wait.
this game. they're winning.
That's it, gentlemen. Sal's taking a swing. Sal is taking a big swing on the first outing of this 2022-2023 campaign.
I would expect nothing less.
I would expect nothing less.
Come on.
And you know what? I really hope we all go 3-0. I really do.
So we have no conflicting picks.
Has that ever happened?
Oh, we've definitely all done 3-0.
Like in the 1 week? Have we ever done that?
I
don't know.
I'll take a look last year. I don't know for sure.
Do you have like all the results from each week?
I do.
Wow. I love Sal for that.
I'm the bookkeeper.
You're the statistician.
So excited to bet games because I can't bet baseball, I can't bet basketball, and I can't bet hockey. Football's the only thing I'm good at.
Football is good.
Betting baseball is so bad.
You're better off betting a pitch or something like that.
You're better off betting
props.
You're better off betting two 7-year-olds playing one-on-one basketball in their driveway.
I'd
it's
rather
the
bet
no
on
runs
Little League
first inning
Series.
is the only bet that people get horny on.
Bro, the baseball makes no sense. You could be up 4 runs in the 9th and your team blows it, or you could be down 1 run the whole game and your team just doesn't score. It's the worst sport.
That's why you gotta bet on if the next pick is gonna be like a strike or not.
You like love that apparently.
I did it once and I won $25.
Week 7, 2 of us went 3-0 and 1 of us went 1-2.
That's as close as we got.
That's as close as we've gotten at least last year. I don't know if beforehand we all went 3-0.
I can't remember if that happened or not. Maybe it's happened. If it has happened, it's only happened once or twice.
So we're here to do it. Week 1.
We're really.
Hold on.
Is this year 4 of this?
This might be year 4.
Yeah, I think we started in 2018.
It's 18.
I think so. Yeah.
Is that true? Hold on, let me think.
Yeah.
Because we start.
When we were taking classes together.
We start. We started on Halloween. I remember our first podcast was on
It was
Halloween.
2018.
Let me just for ha-has.
It was like our freshman year of college.
Just for ha-has. So you're taking Rams.
Your freshman year of college. My second year of college.
You said Carolina?
Yeah, I took Carolina. I took the Rams. Do you need this?
Minnesota.
And then Minnesota.
What was your third pick, Antonio?
Denver.
You had Jacksonville. Oh, we both have Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I'm not saying that's bad. Okay.
I have Jacksonville, Denver, and New Orleans.
Yeah.
So
we don't have any conflicting picks.
We have eight total teams. A $10 parlay on FanDuel with those 8 teams wins $1,700.
Well, I wouldn't suggest anyone do
I'm
that.
not saying you have to. I'm just saying if you really believe
pulls out a $10. No, it's happening now. It's happening now. Okay, I'm sold. Let's do it.
Let's get in on this.
$1,720 payout.
That'd be a good chunk of change.
Oh my God, we would be screaming Monday night if it got to Monday night.
Yo.
Well, would we? Oh, because
everything.
Seattle.
Yeah, it would be everything done Sunday, and then it would.
I'd rather it ride on him.
You got change for this? We'll both give Sal like $350.
Let's just split it 3 ways.
$333 apiece.
Split the bill 3 ways. Give it to you.
All right, so if you want a free $1,700, you gotta put $10.
Right, Sal, I'm taking your half off now.
Thank you.
That is nuts, dude.
All right. Any final thoughts? All right. I love doing this. 1 bold prediction, week 1. I love doing this.
The 1 bold prediction is really good. Do you have one off the top of your head?
Literally off the top of your head.
Go ahead.
You want me to go first?
No, someone else go ahead because I want to look at the games again.
Sal knows his first.
I have something, but I want to look at the games again and see if I can find something else.
Let me really think about this.
Oh, Jameis throws 5 touchdowns this weekend.
Ooh.
5. Okay.
That coincides with what you've been saying, so that makes sense. I think, and this is disgusting, Ezekiel Elliott has 3 touchdowns Sunday night.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott has 3 touchdowns on Sunday Night Football.
My gut is like saying...
What, you don't think that's bold?
Listen...
No, I'm saying that's bold. That's like really bold.
My heart wants to puke, but my gut is saying like I can kind of see Zeke having a good game.
He's gonna be on like the 1 yard line twice and just punch it in, and then he'll have like a random 3rd touchdown.
He hates punching it in the 1 yard line though. Have you ever noticed that?
Sometimes
he hates it. He hates doing it.
They feed him though.
I've seen the Giants,
but it's like a 3rd and 1, and he gets it like every time. But if he's on the 1 yard line, he just can't do it.
I've seen the Giants stop him on like with like 2nd down, something like that.
He's like Melvin Gordon when it comes to that. Melvin Gordon is the worst.
Melvin Gordon's so
He'll
bad.
fumble on the 1 yard line more than he gets it in.
is a guy that you would never find on my fantasy team. even
Melvin
when he
Gordon.
was putting up a lot of numbers.
Melvin
Fuck
Gordon,
that.
yeah.
No one was a Melvin Gordon guy.
I was for like a year.
Remember that fantasy league in our?
Yeah,
In our
that's when I
sports
picked
reporting
him.
class?
I picked him that time, and he held out.
I had the
Right after I picked him, he decided to
I think
hold
it was
out.
like 6 people, so everybody had stupid teams. But I had like the
best,
dumbest
yeah.
team I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and doing it like by hand was fun too.
Yeah, I like that.
Let me see. Bowl prediction for week 1. Let me think.
This
about
doesn't count as a bold prediction, but Miles Sanders scores his first touchdown since 2020.
Okay.
He did not score a whole
scored a
touchdown last year.
year?
Not one.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's the craziest stat I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Tom Brady throws 3 interceptions.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love that because you know what he's going to do? He's going to
Guys.
throw 3 interceptions. You want to know why? Because he's 45 years old playing at 8 p.m. He is so elderly, dude. He's 45.
I just think they come out so flat. I think like the first 3 or 4
They're
games
going to
are
look
gonna
so
really
bad Sunday night, Antonio.
But then they'll somehow make the playoffs and get to the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
I'm not saying
That's
they're going to be
without-
bad. I'm not saying they're going to be bad the whole season.
Like,
they're going to
somehow
look
going to make it to the NFC
Sunday
Championship
night. They're
game.
going to look so
Just
bad.
the beginning of the year, they're going to be bad.
Oh, Nolan, they're winning the Super Bowl.
Tampa
The
Bay.
Bucks?
That's not what you said.
That's not what I said.
mean,
I low
I'm
key want them
horny.
to go back.
You did just get me really horny when you said that.
Tom goes in on top.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see that. Have a Peyton Manning ending.
There's no way he wins it again.
There's no.
I-
We said that when he first went to the Bucks, so we can't really say that anymore.
Yeah, but that team was nasty.
Kinda.
That team
but
was
then
insane.
But then we talked ourselves into it as the playoffs went. It's not like one of those things where we're
But
like,
like, how much worse is their team? How much worse is their team? Actually?
they're just older.
I'd rather have Julio than Antonio Brown.
Exactly. They still have the same targets. I mean, Chris Godwin's going to be kind of icky for a little bit, but I mean,
We'll see.
they still have the same team.
Yeah, it's just a Pro Bowl team from like 4 years ago,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Not even 4 years ago. It was like 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
I'm ready.
What's your bold prediction?
You already had a five
Jameis
Jameis
Winston,
touchdowns.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you snuck it in there. I'm ready. I'm so overstimulated. I want it to be right now.
Got a fantasy draft tomorrow. Can't wait for that. And then from
Sucks
that
that I have
point
to wait
on, it's
4
just
more
like,
days.
where's football?
Yep.
To wait 4 more days, dude.
All right.
This is gonna be a long week at work.
Work weeks go by fast.
No, this is gonna be a
And
long
I start
week
my
at
job
work.
this week, and it's only 3 days.
Tuesday.
It's
oh,
only
it's Wednesday.
It's Tuesday. It's only 3 days until football.
Oh, I thought you were saying like you only have a 3-day week.
No, 4-day week. But I mean, it's like I want football so bad,
So bad.
and those 3 days are gonna go by so
So
slow.
quick. Oh, I thought you were gonna say so quick. I'm all over the place right now.
It could be quick.
You never know.
It's probably
right.
gonna be slow though.
We're done in bad right now.
All right, over and out.